Yo, 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 what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Open Dialogue. Before I introduce my guest today, I just want to clarify that Open Dialogue is a space for all creators, my favorite creators, actually, the people that I want to speak to, the people that I want to give a platform to, that I really want to, get personal with them and find out about their lifestyles. It's not about me. It's not about OB. It's not about none of that. Like, yes, I'm here. I'm conducting this, but this Open Dialogue is just a space for them to share their life stories, their careers, whatever they have to share, whatever they're into, whatever they love and they're passionate about. And they're only here because I'm a fan and I'm a supporter of them. So today on Open Dialogue, I am joined by none other than my barber, my hairstylist,
Uh-oh.
Did by Kid. Pew, 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 pew.
What's up, Chris?
I would have the sound things, but
It's all good.
This ain't a pod.
Bro,
So when you post it, don't be like, oh, I did the pod.
What?
Just say we did a sit down.
Oh, that's all good.
It's an interview.
Yeah.
Kid,
What's happening?
wow. How are you? How you been?
Good, dude. I'm actually really chill right now. I just got out of my bad. Excuse me. Mic check. 1, 2.
Pause.
Nah, I'm really good. I just got out of my massage, and yeah, I remember we booked this about a week or two ago. So glad to be here. Excited, nervous.
You get nervous doing this?
Funny how, like, we're always chilling in the chairs, rapping and whatever. We've done a podcast previously, but still kind of have a little bit of the nerves, but whatever. It's all good.
Every sit down I have with you, every haircut appointment is a podcast.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I've been trying to film those for the longest.
I'd say that. I don't say that lightly. It's like half joking and half not, because when people are like, hey, do you still do podcasts and whatever and blah, 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 I'm like, I don't do podcasts. Like, I go to dope ass people that have platforms, and you guys invite me on there. And then I don't like to say a lot of things confidently, but I will say, like, man, when you sit in my chair, it is a podcast because anything goes.
Nah, that's I feel that. I always feel like I have one with you, and then so sometimes I'm so high in that chair that I don't want to talk, but somehow we always end up having a pod.
Something happens always, and if it's chill, it's chill.
Yes. One time, this is for the IE. This is Riverside, right? Your IE zone?
IE,
That's
Riverside
what I'm saying.
native.
You gotta represent. All right, kids. So I want to take it from the beginning, because I don't even think I talked about this when you first came on the pod. You came on here twice. You came on a conspiracy. You were kind of more like a secondary person on there.
Mm-hmm.
But then the initial first one we did, I don't think I asked you about your upbringing. Who is Did by Kid?
Did by Kid.
And what I mean by that, I know people when you ask that to someone, they're like, that's hard to answer. I'm not really saying it like that. I'm saying where do you come from? Who are your parents? Like, are they immigrant backgrounds? Like,
Okay.
how was it growing up for you?
All right. Did by Kid is obviously my IG handle. My name is Alan Camilon. I'm Filipino, and Did by Kid derived from Kid Cam. I grew up big time. I'm very eclectic into all kinds of music, but hip hop. You have your hip hop name, Elias, whatever. So I just took Cam from my last name, and growing up, I was always like the youngest of my group, and just multiple things inspired that name, because I like the movie House Party with Kid and Play.
Okay.
And then my cousin got me into the brand back in the day, Kid Robot. So I was like, yeah, that's my b-boy name. That's like my whatever nickname. I'm a guy of like 5 million nicknames, from family to friends to wherever. But yeah, Filipino kid, grew up here out in Riverside, still a native.
How was it growing up Filipino?
It was really
In the
cool.
IE.
Actually, you know what? We have our small community out here. I'm sure there's a lot out around, but I grew up in a very diverse neighborhood, which is funny because I feel like that played into having that
Yeah.
diverse clientele.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm a culture vulture, bro. Like and I don't mean that like in a mean way. Like I mean that like I don't culture appropriate. I culture appreciate. Like I love learning about other people's culture, everything from food, music, fashion.
Well, especially here in the
down,
IE, it's kind of hard not to, intertwine with other cultures, because your culture is not predominant.
No,
It's not a
it's
predominant
not.
culture here.
Yeah,
And, you're messing with the Mexicans over here.
yeah, man. I would say
But hold on, Filipinos have they have a big like Hispanic Spanish
Yeah,
background too, right?
like arguably we're like considered like Asian Pacific Islander, and then we have Spanish blood, so all of us have like Hispanic last names.
And then a lot of your
Yeah.
words are similar to Spanish
Yes,
words.
very, very similar. I mean, if you really break it down, not to be all my 23 and me and all, but like a lot of us have so much similarities and stuff. That's why, like, when that crazy year 2020 happened and all these freaking movements and everything, I was just like, man, that's just in my ear and out because, like, I'm like, I don't mess with that. It's just nonsense to me, you know.
I want to stay on track, but like that's a good segue. You're just saying 2021 because one of my questions was like, I don't know if you just want to jump there. We can answer it later.
Oh yeah.
Basically, you know, what have you learned about yourself the last 3 years since 2020?
Actually learned more about my introverted tendencies because I'll confidently say I'm very extrovert, like, yo, what's up, Chris? And just hanging out with everyone. I'm a very people person, but I learned that, you know, doing shit by myself, I always thought I was okay at that, but then like I really got, you know, that lockdown and all that stuff.
Coming from a Filipino background, are your parents very outgoing like that as well, or they're more conservative, shy?
No, I would say they're fair. If anything, my pops and my mom's dad is where I pretty much get my personality from. My dad's like me. He's Filipino American. He was born here.
Okay.
But my mom's from the Philippines. So
okay, so she has
yeah.
that. So your dad still has more of American culture.
Oh, definitely. Stereotypically, if you never seen my dad and you just heard him over the phone, everyone thinks like he's either white or black because like it's just from his voice. And then they see my dad like, oh, that's your.
So you think you
Like,
get
yeah.
that? So your parents are you would say they're introverted or no?
No, they're not introverted. They're not as extroverted or outgoing as I am, but they're still very open people.
I consider you very
Yeah.
extrovert just based off following you on
Yeah,
Instagram.
thanks, man. I consider myself that too.
And usually, like, you know, when you have an outgoing personality and you're loud and you're just outgoing, you kind of tend to get it from one of your parents.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
So okay, you learned that you're an introvert. What else did you learn in 2020? Or at least in the last 3 years about yourself?
I think that's just pretty much the main thing that I learned. Just to be more. I've always been an individual, but like to really be alone. I think that's why I'm so extroverted and I can like genuinely like love and appreciate people is because I learned just to be fine by myself. So it's just like if I'm doing stuff by myself and I can actually have a genuine good day. Like you know the saying, the more the merrier. So it's like when I actually do like interact with people, I'm like, yo, what's up, Chris? And what's up, whoever? Like, it's a good day today, you know? Like, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else other than that I learned.
Did you learn to eat more?
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you went there. I know. I don't. If you compare this to the old podcast, I got this new freaking Joe Rogan neck now. It's all good, dude. Oh, I definitely learned to eat a lot more. So yeah,
that's good that you learned that you were introverted.
Yeah, I just say introverted
well, I mean,
tendencies.
I think a lot of people learned that. Well, I think we're kind of forced to.
Yeah, by default, everyone learned the other side.
I want to say default because I for sure was, and I was having fun during that time. But I understand why people were, you know, more introverted. No one wanted to go out. Like holidays, people were meeting up that year. Like everything just changed 2020. So I can understand that, and I think we're seeing the effects of it now. And I think people like even going outside now is different than it was before 2020. It just seems we're like, yes, we're getting back to a normalcy. I guess we're getting back to there, but it feels weird still.
I feel like it's for me personally, I feel like it's pretty much back to normal, but there's that subtle lingering factor in the back of my mind where like, well, we're not in a pandemic, right? Or like, I don't even know, like, because a lot of people, including myself, we just kind of cut out from like the media and like the news and just
yeah. I don't want to go there, but March 11th allegedly is when the pandemic's supposed to be over.
Of this year?
Yeah, they already said that March 11th, 2023 is in the...
Interesting. Very interesting.
Funny how they pick a date. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like 20... But I have fun. So I think... Yeah, I learned a lot about myself, but it's not about me today. I want to stay on your parents. Did you take anything from your parents now that you're older? Do you see any of your characteristics or flaws even that some of your parents have?
Yeah. I'm very much in the middle. It's half and half. I know that sounds very basic to say, but my mom she grew up very traditional Filipina, like hardcore Catholic, like religious background. So did my dad, but he's like you said, he's born here in America and everything. But he's military. He's a jarhead. He's a Marine. So he's
Mm.
just no filter.
Mm.
Like before, even no filter, no chill was even like a phrase. Like he just
OB.
yeah, Obi, whoopee whoopee, like straight up out there.
I like that.
Yeah. So I try to balance being very casual and being very professional, and so just yeah.
I don't know if it's because I know you
Hmm.
like on a different level than probably like a regular client that barely meets you, but
Yeah.
you don't give me professional vibes at all.
I mean, I tried to be like in the beginning. I mean, I swear to you, I'm in podcast mode right now. But no, I don't know. I feel like I'm very professional when I first meet someone, but usually people like newer clients are typically like referrals, so they know like a
They know
little bit
about you.
about me,
Yeah.
and then if they're a referral, like you're like, oh, you're like, this is Manny, have him sit in my chair, whatever. Like I'll know a little bit, and then like I try to like if you guys follow me, I'll try to follow back, and kind of like how when you first met me, you kind of like not lurk, but like you try to like research, study, or
I lurked.
yeah. So
Being in the media, you have to lurk.
I do my best to kind of get a gist of who somebody is. That way I could, um, like Manny said on the previous podcast, like I try to mirror or speak their language, like whatever their interests and hobbies
Yeah.
are. Because when you have that more of that, you can relate and you have that rapport. You just, the relationship, the friendship is just that much more easier, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
But,
And the amount of times you go with your barber, like you're bound to form a relationship with them.
oh, obviously I'm not gonna,
How did I start the last conversation we had? Like I cheated on my barber. When I ended up hitting you up,
Yeah.
because it does feel like you're cheating on someone that you've committed to for a while.
It's definitely an interesting relationship because it is in between, business and friendship. So, I don't know, that's what I love about it. It's definitely interesting and unique.
Manny also said that you have a wrestler name.
Oh yeah. Did my kid. What do you say? Jake the Snake or some shit?
That's a fact. How'd you get did by Cat? Did you explain that already, huh?
Yeah, because I was like coming up because like at the time everyone was doing like the barber or hairstyles by so and so and then I was like, how can I be different but be relative? Like I was like, what did I say? Hair did by kid, and then I was like, and I just took the hair out, and then I was like, did by kid, that is, and then it sparked the question that actually people actually asked. They were like, who is kid and what did he do? And I'm like, dude, that's perfect because even though I'm known for doing hair, it's like cool.
You're a man of different
because I share my personality and my hobbies and interests. So it's like, oh, he's like into this jam and all that other stuff too. So
definitely, you send it.
Yeah, send it, bro.
Wow. Okay. Did your parents growing up? Was there any expectations from your parents on you? I think we all have those, from our parents.
Yeah.
But how do you think? What did they expect the career path you took from you?
I think they expected like some sort of like college degree or some sort of career out of like a 4-year university or something.
Was that ever a thought in your head?
Oh, of course. Do you like when you're growing up, you just think like, oh yeah, I know everything. I'm just gonna go to college, get some sort of degree, and then like I don't know, I'll have like a cubicle job or some sort of job, and life's gonna be great. And yeah, that didn't happen. I dropped out of community college and started doing hair, but no regrets. But as far as the parents with their expectations, they just wanted me to, be able to take care of myself and everything. Obviously, it was more my mom that was just like, like you should get into like, medical or dental or like all the stereotypical like Filipino careers and everything. My dad was just more like, just don't be broke. I want you to take care of yourself, like, so
Yeah. More logical than fairy tale.
yeah. So like I said, because I have a mom that's more like traditional and immigrant and my dad being born here, that's why I mentioned earlier, like I have like I'm like the middle. I don't know how to phrase this. Like,
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm in the middle. I'm like
It makes sense because
balanced.
your mom is the immigrant, so immigrant
Yeah.
parents usually expect their kids to go to college and be like, I came over here so you can have that life, and then your dad's from here, so he's like, college is BS. I want to, you can figure it out. There's different ways to make money, so
yeah.
I get what you mean by being in the middle for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you went to community college
for like a semester,
and you found the love for hairstyling, barbering in school?
No, so I mentioned before, I was working. So I got out of community college because I'm like, I had no idea where I was going with it. I was just taking your basic prereqs. And then I was working at the same time It's been me and my mom holding it down at the household for like since I was like 17 because my pops got laid off sometime in high school. So, you know, a little bit of adversity, just a
Mm-hmm.
tad. But I found hair from working all these multiple jobs. And at the time, I was having so many different hairstyles and coloring my hair and cutting it certain ways. And all these jobs would be like, had grooming policies. They're so chill now, but they were like, stop cutting your hair like that, stop coloring it like that, blah, blah, blah. And I just had that thought in my head, like, you know what? I don't know shit about hair, but I'm gonna go to hair school and then see where that leads because I have that, I still have that young, like, skater attitude from back then of like, don't tell me what to do. I don't want it, like that rebellious, like, adolescent attitude.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm just gonna go learn about hair and then I'm gonna do it and then no one can tell me shit about my hair. And then the clientele grew and now I just have long, boring hair. I don't even do shit too anyway. Just every once in a while throw the braids in and it's mostly in a bun all the time, but I just rotate.
So when you went back to your parents and said, okay, I'm gonna cut hair.
Oh yeah, my mom was just like, "Oh my god, hairdresser? What? Why?" And I'm just like, "Mom, chill. Like I just like doing hair, really." And she's just like, "Okay." That's fine.
But just say it like that because of you're a guy doing hairstyling.
Yeah, so I mean, let's go there, I guess. But stereotype.
I have that on one of my questions.
Yeah,
I have that as an does that come up a lot? You being in the space that you are,
Oh.
your sexuality.
Yeah, bro. At first, it started with the parents at first.
Okay, and the reason I wanted to ask you this as well is because you don't cut at a barbershop.
No, never did.
So
Never.
even when you tell people where to pull up and to see a salon, it's like, okay, like that is, I can see why they question it.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it's tough, man. Like, oh, it's not tough. Like, I'm comfortable with who I am and everything, but I don't blame people. Like,
What did your parents say?
They were just like, "Hey, you're not are you?" I'm like, "No, I love pussy." I just, but I actually, hold up before the context gets chopped up and whatnot. Like
that's Andy right there. That's the real right there. I love pussy.
Make sure you're tuned in and you subscribe and like and all this stuff before we cut out a short. But like, no, I actually do geek out on hair and I love like how you can manipulate it, how you could, style it and just make people feel good about it. And I look at that as an opportunity to monetize on. But going back to what we're talking about, like, I don't blame people that question it because, stereotypically, like, you would assume, right? So I'm just the type of person, like, I think you remember, I used to always, like, color my beard like a wild color or whatever. It's like a personal, like, social experiment for me. Like, I would be in a grocery store. I just do it because it's fun. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to shave my shit off anyway. So, but I do it to see how people react. Obviously, I'm looking for a reaction and how people treat other people. So I'll be in the grocery store just chilling there. I'm like, why is everyone looking at me all funny? Like, oh wait, I'm the weirdo with the green beard. So like, duh. But like, I just feel like people should be themselves, express themselves how they want. But I really try to live the life of treat people how you want to be treated. Like, even if they look wild or dress a certain way or whatever and whatnot. So, but at the same time, I'm not naive to the point where it's like, oh, why are these people looking at me all funny and just mad dogging me? I'm like, look, dude, you're wearing what you're wearing. Like,
yeah,
should be aware of like where you're at and environment and everything. So, that's all.
Wow. Okay. So, well, it's funny because going to a barbershop is like the dude thing. But honestly, bro, I like being around a bunch of pretty women.
Oh yeah.
Like every time I go, especially your new spot now,
it's a positive atmosphere.
Yeah, where you're at now, oh man, it's heaven.
Shout out to Lavish Beauty Suite. Love you, girls.
Shout out to them because the baddies is definitely around. I can't be mad at that. And I mean, a barbershop, just a bunch of dudes in there.
Yeah.
Big sausage fest. Everyone just chopping it up, talking. It's a vibe too, I guess. But
hey, there's nothing
I can't
wrong
be mad
with
with a bunch of women just getting their hair did around me.
Oh yeah, it's all good, and not no shade towards barbershop. Everything we do need a space for men to be men and feel masculine and whatnot. But shout out to Samantha, the owner of Lavish Beauty Suite, and all the girls there. To be quite honest, like even though I've known them for a while, when I feel at home in that salon, and also like you would think like oh dude, I'm gonna be the only dude in there. Like I hope I don't get like evil toxic masculinity, man. You crazy man. I don't feel like that at all over there. They're very sweet, kind, and they're very respectful towards me. And like, I look up to them and they don't look down on me and they don't make me feel like I'm any less or they make a kid feel like a king. Like I don't feel like I still feel like I feel like a dude there. Like it feels great.
So being a straight man in that space,
yeah.
They embrace you. That's not weird to them. They don't.
Oh no.
You never had any issues with someone.
So like, let me put it this way. It's not like a battle of the sexes or like a gender thing. It's just like we're all adults, and everyone's like, everyone's mature. I just act immature, but everyone's mature there. Like
I feel that you're a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
You keep that energy.
I know.
Did you consider any other career paths besides hairstyling?
Before possibly bartending, which could have led
definitely see you as a bartender.
Yeah, which would have led to a bad thing. Maybe, who knows? Because I've been arrested for riding dirty with being a little too intoxicated. Dude, I just passed my 10-year anniversary on Valentine's Day, bro.
DUI?
Yeah, man. Now I can go get another one. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, that's so crazy how like a decade just can pass by just like that. It's insane to me, bro.
Growing up, kid.
Oh, yeah.
Did by man.
Did by man. Man cam. What's funny? People are always like the older you get, like, are you still gonna be referred to as kid and blah blah blah? And I was like, yeah, I don't care. Like, kid and play, DJ Who Kid. Like, my thing is like, yeah, funny. Kid is my nickname, but I hear all kinds of stories in the chair from like breakups and divorces and like petty shit, and it's like, yeah, I'm not ashamed to be called kid because there's these grown ass men out here acting more childish than I am. It's funny.
Interesting.
Yeah, no. I would say I have a very like high confidence level, maybe like 90%. No one's perfect, but I'm comfortable in my own skin and what I portray and who I am and whatnot.
So bartending, that was it?
Well, yeah, because when I was in school, like I said, I had no direction. I was just like, I need to find a career that makes a bunch of money. But then I was like, that's just pressure of like, maybe my mom or maybe society or.
Well, you don't want to make a lot of money?
But I mean, I do because I look at money as like an energy and it creates opportunity and you want to bless people.
I hate that money has like gotten this negative connotation.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like you have to, what was I going to say? The whole money is the root of all evil. What's that phrase? But I was like, I don't think money is the root of all evil. The lust for money for the wrong reason is the root of all evil. But,
I mean, with money comes power, and when people get into power, it's just it gets a little tricky.
Absolutely,
morals get questioned and all that. When money gets in the picture, morals get questioned. So
absolutely,
right now, I think it's the poor people that have no money that's always trying to make money not a thing. But I think I don't like that mindset. I think money is very important.
Yeah, it is definitely, and I always find myself within that divide of, people of two different tax brackets. Like I hate when like. Whether it's homies or whoever, like, and they have a point when they go like, oh, the rich are all greedy and corrupt and like, no, they're all not like that, bro. And that's a very poor mindset to have, and vice versa. All these ghetto uneducated people and I'm like, everyone's like cards that were like drawn to them are different. No one asked to be born with a silver spoon and have like all this opportunity. But if you're born with it,
you won't be mad either.
Yeah, exactly. And then no one wanted to be born into poverty either. So it's like everyone has their own struggles because if you're over here just complaining about the opposite class, it's just like, what, rich people get depressed and have anxiety too? Like there's rich kids committing suicide. That's not cool.
Do you think the cards that are dealt to you is based off karma?
Never really thought that deep, but I wouldn't know how to answer that. The cards that dealt are you right, karma, not from your initial start. I don't think it is, but your initial start in life, no. But as more cards are dealt to you, it's definitely how you play them and how you react.
I definitely think that this is me getting in my conspiracy brain.
Yeah,
but, I think just based off past lives, based off your life and other lives and past lives, determines the cards you're dealt with in this life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not as deep as conspiracy, but I do believe the energy you put out is the energy you're going to get back in return. And maybe it's something invested where, like I said, later down the line, something good happened to you, but it was maybe of a good deed or you did before and vice versa with like negative stuff. So,
I don't know, man. It's tricky.
It's definitely.
I'm glad I was dealt with the hand I was dealt with, though.
That's your lane, bro.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you really start taking hairstyling serious though? Because you found a lane. You said, okay, I'm gonna take this upon myself. This is where I want to go with it. but where did it, like, the hustle come in? Where did I want to get better at this? Where did I love this, and this is gonna be what makes me money?
I think it came in through my dark moments of after being arrested and everything, because at first, initially, I jumped into it like, okay, I found something like that's cool and interesting, whatever. But then as I learned, actually in school, yeah, when I learned more about like what you could do with hair, I was like, oh, that's cool. You could cut it, braid it, do this, color it, whatever. And then when I got arrested, and I couldn't have time to continue to learn more about it and everything. And I was watching all my other like peers, my other classmates, like, damn, I can see the progression in their haircuts and hairstyling. And now they're working here, and now they're working there, and I'm over here doing my community service at an animal shelter, clean up cat shit. I'm like, fuck. As soon as I pay off all this shit and get done with all my freaking whatever penalties, consequences, I went to every single hair jam, hair event, even if it was like a big name or small name event, like if it was like an official, like the big Long Beach convention, hair convention, or just some people getting together at a barber shop or a salon. Hey man, like that's cool. How do you like to cut? And how do you, so my style is based off of everyone else's. Like I just pick and chose what I like, how people their techniques and whatnot, and I just develop my own. So
You don't think you have mastered a skill yet?
I just stay in the realm of cutting and styling. So I would say I'm up there. I would never say I'm a master, but yeah, I'm up there. Yeah, that to go back to your initial question, the dark times of just like taking a back seat to it and just cutting out of my garage, like, man, this is lame while everyone's like just winning and leveling up. And that's when I just started taking hair. I'm like, okay, most barbers like to fade, whatever. I'm like try to keep up and learn how to fade and everything. But you like, what's the one thing they don't do? For the most part, they probably do
Women
now.
hair.
Like, not just that, like the techniques I do in women's hair, I'm a flat wrap hair. I'm a maybe bust out a flat iron or definitely blow dry their hair and really style it as opposed to like it's okay if you do, but opposed to just grabbing product and just gluing stuff in place. I'm like, well, let me show these people how their hair can be really healthy and how they can manipulate it. And obviously teaching my clients how to style their hair at home
I
too.
think that's why I continue going to you as a client.
Hmm.
Because, like you said, and I think not to no shade to barbers, but usually
Yeah.
in barbershops and barbers, they do disguise your haircut with the gel at the end.
Yeah.
You're fooled when they're done. They they put the mirror up and they show you from the back, but they already styled it and gelled it. But then when you get home and you shower, you see it's uneven. Some is longer in other parts. The fade knot might be right. So I really like appreciated that when I started going with you. Like my hair grows, it has grown to a point where it's so nice even now. Like the way the way it sits, the way it is. I used to always complain about it. Do you remember?
Yeah,
But now
yeah.
I've got it to a point where I like how it sits just naturally. It feels nice. It's not like it grows evenly. I see the way it is and how compared to how it was before.
Hmm.
I used to always get my bangs short, but now like you kind of like, well, bro, like you can't have it how you want it without
Dude, I like
you
that
just give
about
me the
you
game. So
because like that's another part about the career where it's like they're paying you for your knowledge and your expertise and your perspective and everything. So just can't say no more, fam, and then just do their hair. You're like, no, I don't like how this is, because you would said it a few times, like I don't like how this is laying. I'm like, all right, cool. I can cut that shorter for you, but when you pull it up and you style it, it's gonna be like
yeah.
a different.
Hmm.
We talk like mathematics and geometry and how shit works, and I think when I explain shit to clients, that's what also plays into the retainment of having clientele because none of my clients are afraid to switch it up on me now or try something different. And you don't have to go to another chair, and if you do, no hard feelings. Like you don't have to go to another chair. But hey, let me try this stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's like it's definitely explaining and educating your client on what I'm doing. For the most part, when obviously now that I've been doing your hair for so long, it's like, yo, what up? And just like another
I
day.
didn't even tell you what I
But
needed.
but if it's newer clientele, for all of you listening, this is where the professionalism comes in. We'll have a full on consultation.
yeah,
What do you like about your hair? What do you not like about your hair? What do you want to do with it? What's your hair goal? Do you want
I
to
think you even fixed that little
yeah.
top part. What's the top part called?
The apex, the
Yeah,
top part?
because before we just had like a little spout. It
Yeah.
was just cut so short, and now it's fully grown now.
There and sometimes around the cowlick, you gotta, depending what you're trying to do, you gotta completely cut it off or you gotta let it grow. So I can't speak on it on an imaginary hair goal right now, but
Right.
like it's everyone's different. So
Wow. So like, because that's where I would differentiate you from barbers.
yeah, no, there's very good professional barbers that consider a lot of stuff too. It just just depends where you go to. Because I don't want to generalize barbershops or anything. So.
Well, I can, right? I'm gonna generalize them. I'm just saying because I don't know. I just think. Well, I also think you have the advantage of doing women hair.
Yeah.
And being able to style women, dye. I think you don't do dye, huh? You just do styling?
No, I tried to dabble in color for a while, and shout out to all the colorists out there because that is a whole nother beast. Like, it's very scientific and mathematic, and it could be just as simple or very complex. And you have to make your formula and ingredients and put it in. You can't undercook it, you can't overcook it, and over time, because I wanted to be the jack of all trades, like I could do it all when I got out of hair school and everything. But then I just developed more of my cutting and styling, and I was like, let me just stay in this lane, and I will just refer out people that want color and whatnot. As the clientele grew and business and numbers of income went up, it's like I'm more comfortable cutting hair than coloring it. So I'm not gonna charge. I'm not like what I charge. I make more money cutting hair than I would coloring hair, especially that I'm not as comfortable doing it. So it's just like it didn't make sense for me to do like, I don't know, a $200-$300 color job that's gonna take me how long because I'm not as advanced in that. Then opposed to what if I knock out a bunch of haircuts? Like, dude, I would make so much more money doing haircuts than doing that. So it didn't make sense like business wise to pursue that. But if the skill was there and I knew how to charge and do my timing and whatnot, then I probably would continue doing color, but I left that years ago.
Yeah, because I think that's, like I said, that's an advantage. Well, because the videos you post right on your Instagram, it's a bunch of different styles. Even when it comes to the women hair, right?
Yeah.
Same with the dudes. So that's why I say you have an advantage because typically barbers, most of their haircuts are fades, tapers. Clean up a little bit of the top, but it's two all around fade. It's very simple. It's not. Like you said, yours is a technique. Yours is I have to cut it this way so it can lay this way. A barber, they're not even heavy on scissors. Most of them aren't.
Yeah, most of them aren't. A lot of them. There's a good handful of them that are very well.
And I like my haircut with scissors from up top. I only get the buzzes from the side, and usually, some barbers, they mess up my hair, bro, cutting it with the scissors up top. It's not even. It just looks crazy.
Yeah.
I used to have a very military type hairstyle.
Okay.
And then I got to you, and it's been a few years already. 19? So yeah, last 4 years.
Talk about time flying.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, bro. We were while everyone was shut down in the pandemic, I was still pulling up at work with haircuts. Like, where'd you get your haircut? Did by kid.
Great clips.
And well, in hindsight, we could speak about it, right? Because everyone's over the.
Everyone had to do what they had to do, and you know what?
Think about that, bro. They were trying to make y'all stop cutting hair.
Dude, I remember.
And people were really out here looking dusty because they weren't getting haircuts.
I remember they wanted not just not just my industry. They wanted everyone to perform your career outside. I'm like, it's 100 degrees outside. Who the hell wants to get a haircut outside? Oh my Lord.
Nah, I'm cool off that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so hair. I already asked you the hairstyling versus barber. The love for it. Do you strive to get better to this day?
I need to pay attention. I've always tried to get better, but as of recent,
why are you comfortable?
I've been super comfortable lately. Obviously, it went back to when you're like, are you sure you didn't learn about eating during the lockdown? Like, bro, I started traveling and eating and just enjoying life, trying to keep the mental right. Now that I'm in the new salon and everything, I watch my coworkers that some of them have assistants and how they train because I always have the mentality that I can learn off of anyone and everyone before and after me in this industry. So I'm really excited to just geek off of other people again, and I'll watch them. Like, I'll watch them train the new assistants and everything. I'm like, if it's something I didn't know, obviously cool. Now I'm learning something new. Or it's like, hey, I totally forgot about that. I should pay attention more to that, like how I hold my curling iron or whatever, round brush and whatnot. So obviously being locked down and everything, a lot of like the classes and jams and events kind of went away. And that's when I was geeking out the most and always wanted to strive to be better because you're around it all the time. You're around your peers and you're seeing what they're doing and whatnot. But then, like I said, these past few years, I just been living it. And now that you said we're not going to be in a pandemic, because I was like, oh my God, we're all going to die. So I'm just going to live my life and just woo. And then we're over here and like So not only having to geek
Fuck your
out,
haircut.
yeah, not only to geek out and get better at my craft, it's more like, damn, I need to save more money too because I thought we were. I just started
Thought we
having
were gonna
fun.
die.
I'm like, oh, we're not dead yet. Okay, well, yeah.
No, I feel that. I feel that because I don't like. I don't know. From the outside looking in, kid, I don't. It doesn't seem like hairstyling or cutting hair is your passion.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like it. Because when I say that, is because I don't see you as a
Yeah.
person that's like you're constantly going to like hair depots or trying to beauty stuff or YouTube video and different
Yeah. I'm not making tutorials and all that. So there was a point where I was like that,
not
obviously.
tutorials because you do
Yeah.
provide
Yeah, here and there.
styling content on your page.
Yeah. No, I can see why you would think that, and you may be right because I don't even know how I'm gonna answer this. It's just like I really just enjoy talking to people and the vibe, and I just bring that to what I found to monetize and make a living out of. 'Cause remember, I didn't grow up thinking I'm gonna do hair for a living. That's what I want to be when I grow up. I just fell into it, and I was just like, well, let's make the most of it.
But you fall more into it too when the money's nice.
Yes and no. I did actually fall into the craft before the money, and I think because I was really concentrated on like, man, look at all my peers and classmates leveling up. Or let me get it. What else is there to learn about this? And I started learning. Oh man, this is cool. How you could do this and that. And I'm like, oh wait, I get paid to do this now too. Like, so obviously the money definitely helped boost the passion there. But I will definitely say there was passion before a paycheck.
Yeah. Okay. Because I mean, since 2020, what I like about you also, kid, is that you don't like to be boxed in. I think that's what our episode was called when you first came to the studio. And that's why I really enjoy that. You like to travel, you like to snowboard, ski, skimboard.
Yeah.
You're very adventurous, and I think that's good too that you don't get caught up just in what makes you money.
Oh yeah, well that also plays into the name, kid. I'm like, what are children? Very curious. Like they were open to they want to play. Like even though I love what I do, when I get out, when I clock out, quote unquote, so to speak, I'm like, all right, what are we gonna do? Am I gonna go to the gym? Am I gonna go, go skateboard?
Another hobby of yours?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And that actually plays into why I eat so much too. But like, yeah, like getting off. I love what I do, but also like when I get out the salon, it's like getting out of school for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go play.
I like even the way my brain works, right?
Yeah.
Because I see, you're just so marketable, kid. Like you're so marketable as a person. Yeah, bro. Like you do hair, but then now you tap into this that community of snowboarders. You know the language, the send it. Let's do this, bro. Like they can relate to you. They'll fuck with you. Same with the skimboarders. Like now look at this. No offense, this chubby guy out here trying to do this thing. Like
I love that.
But
I'm
they
not
would
even offended by
appreciate
that.
it. They would appreciate it. So that's what I'm saying. I think you can tap into so many different fields, and you can really make money even off of all the different things.
This guy's about to be my manager.
As fun too, though. I think sometimes when you tell people that, they start thinking like, okay, that's gonna kill the fun out of it, and I have to look at it as no, you don't. You keep doing what you're doing. Just maybe tell your boy to go with you and record you, and then he chops up your shit, and then and then brands start seeing it like that. It's just a whole different world, bro. And I think you would appeal to a lot of different brands.
I'm just someone that when I get into something, a craft, a niche, or whatever, like I'm the kid that doesn't know shit, and I have to learn it about it. So I'm gonna go to the skimboarders or the video editors or the whole. I'm like, hey, what do you do? How do you do that? And whatever. Just the same way I came into hair is the same way I come into other crafts and everything, because I have all kinds of footage that I need to get to from all my travels and everything that I haven't even produced. And my YouTube channel currently is just, I've been lacking on that. And it wasn't meant to monetize or subscribe so I can get all these subscribers and make money, which would be cool eventually. But I honestly started it because of the lockdown. And because I wanted to share, like I'm close to my clients, and most of my clients are my friends. And like I said, it's an interesting career I have because you dabble between the realm of friendship and business. But I do the purpose of the channel was to share with you guys. This is how I cut hair. But then, this is me in Hawaii, and this is me. Like I'm just like everyone else, but like I'm trying to master my craft at the same time, live life and enjoy with everybody. Life's meant to be enjoyed, not endured, right? So.
Life's meant to be enjoyed, not endured.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. That's a good one for a pod topic for sure.
There you go.
So where did your curiosity for snowboarding and paddleboarding and all that stuff come from, though?
Uh, so the original board sport I was into was skateboarding, and then obviously you get a driver's license and a girlfriend, and you're like, oh, I don't need this shit anymore, whatever, blah. And then when you live your 20s, you're just all about partying and bitches and just having fun. And then when the lockdown came back around, it was just like picked up my skateboard again, and then I was like, you know what? I let me go get into all the other shit that I totally forgot about when I got out of my teen years and my 20s, and like, I don't care if I'm 30 something years old. I want to try this shit. Let me go do all the shit that I never got to or I didn't have the finances to do. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna live it because I'm the fucking kid. That's why. So yeah, skateboarding, and then it just led to
And you
other
do
board sports.
and you tend to do all these activities by yourself, or you usually have friends that are all into this? Or?
I had a wonderful childhood. Remember, I told you I grew up in a very diverse neighborhood. So I'm a '90s kid. We played outside. We saw the birth of the internet and all this. So we would hear skateboards down the sidewalk that crack, or like hear bikes, and
the
we would
can
just
on the back.
we always played outside. So yeah, always having to get into some sort of activity because if not, friggin' my pop's gonna have me at home karate kid chores, bro. He's like, you better find something to do before I give you something to do. I'm like, hell no.
Did by Kid, bro. I think that brand, you can branch that. You can branch that in so many different avenues, bro.
Who is Kid and what did he do?
Skateboard, paddleboard, haircut hair. Like, what did everything?
Mukbang, just eat.
Mukbang, such a weird word.
Yeah, it is weird.
It
I
sounds
didn't even
like
know what it
something
was
dirty.
for a minute, but yeah, it does sound dirty. Ugh.
Okay, let's get into lifting.
Oh yeah,
Lifting. You like to lift.
yeah. I
A
like to
lot
lift.
of big weights
Um,
for no reason.
so
Never understood that.
I first, all right. Well, before lifting, it was running. It was like a lot of running. That was
Never understood that either.
That was because we haven't met yet, but shout out to everyone that's known me on both sides of the scale for the past 10 years because I probably transformed my body like 3 times. But so
Well, you were even thinner when I first
yeah,
met you.
before lifting, it was running with my squad, and that was just something to, you know, I had to cut out from the worlds because I had all this debt from school loans and being arrested and all that stuff. So I just Forrest Gumped it, just ran everywhere. I didn't know a lot about fitness. And then, the dating scene and just getting in relationships and situationships and the people mentioned go to the gym. So I started going to the gym. I'm like, oh yeah, just picking up weight, like fuck that bitch and just lift that weight. I'm angry. Then you pick up something you can't lift and you're like, okay, I'm not angry no more.
A fat girl.
But as I met different people that are like bodybuilders, powerlifters, CrossFitters, just so different. I lean more towards the powerlifting community.
I know. I've been seeing you. I see you with your white friend out there lifting like for no reason. I'm like, why is this fool doing this to himself? He about to catch a hernia.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Joker Jack. Shout out to Mad Scientist, everyone that's worked with me and been my gym buds. I lean more towards that. I'm not gonna lie. I get a good feeling of just lifting heavy ass weights. Like, yeah, I'm a man. But
after cutting hair with girls all day, I gotta lift some weight.
Hey, you got to, man. Like I said, stereotypically,
balance.
He's a hairdresser. I'm like, he must be soft. Like, bitch, I'll lift you and style your girl's hair.
And
What's
you got
up?
long hair, so you definitely soft.
No, but respect because I've been to bodybuilding competitions. I've been to powerlifting competitions, and I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I lean towards more powerlifting. I lean more towards powerlifting because when I went to those meets, like I've never seen a community that was so like hella encouraging. Like they're cheering their opponents on because in a powerlifting meet, like how heavy that shit is, and even if they're your opponent, you're like, get it up, yeah, lift that shit. Like, damn, that's impressive. Opposed to a bodybuilding competition where you're judged by people on your aesthetics
Dropped that on purpose,
and your symmetry, right? So, like, I mean, just like any industry, there's who's the most popular and who's can boost the most sales of products or whatever. But I'm not a fitness person, so I might be offending like fitness people because they're like, you know what you're talking about, you hairdresser. But I'm just like, I see less toxicity in powerlifting than the other like fitness industries and whatnot. But like generally speaking, there's toxicity in any industry, entertainment, fitness, beauty, whatever. But that's why I like powerlifting because it's very encouraging. And like you said, when you see your homies and they're just oh, they're like hyping you up because you know how heavy that shit is, and if someone can lift that, you're like,
exactly
impressive.
why I wouldn't pick it up.
Yeah. So yeah, lifting and then burning hella calories, lifting hella weight. I'm a foodie, bro. I gotta go.
Moody
eat,
still
bro.
Foodie.
That's right, bro. Like
So what are your different moods?
Oh man, my moods are just like anyone
how
else's.
you a moody but still foodie?
Still moody, still foodie.
Oh,
I don't.
Still moody, still.
Yeah, that's just a phrase I came up with because like you're just in different moods, and then like if you're someone like me, you eat in celebration and in defeat. Like if I had a good day, I'm gonna go eat and celebrate. If I had a bad day, I'm gonna go eat my emotions.
I remember when I told you I wasn't vegan anymore, and you were like, "Oh my gosh."
I wasn't like that. I was more like
yes, you were. You were like, let's celebrate. Yes, you were spazzing.
But that's where I'm getting to. I was like, I was more like when you were like, I started eating meat again. That's when I got. I was like, you
stopped cutting my hair for a cool 2 minutes, and we're like, no, you work steakhouse. We're gonna go. Like that's right. Yeah.
Sorry, my vegan friends. It's just like I don't know, man. I love meat, bro. So
pause.
With yeah, super pause. I don't care. You don't got pause shit, bro.
I with my head back and forth.
No, I just felt like, brother, welcome back. Like,
yeah.
You know. So.
Where did your love for hip hop come from? Growing up Filipino too, your background, was your dad into hip hop? Was it growing up? Did you hear it somewhere?
No, my dad's not in hip hop at all. He had to learn about that himself. But
so who was it? Who did it to you?
I'm not gonna lie. The radio. I definitely listened to top 40, whatever. But once
who had it on? Who had the radio on?
I did. It was on the car or whatever. But like once hip hop started, you know, I think it was, yeah, I told you before, Puff Daddy and the Family. I'm pretty sure I had that on cassette, bro. So I'm very eclectic. I listen to all kinds of different music, but
don't say that because you listen to specific music.
You think so?
Yes.
I mean, hip hop and R&B would mostly be,
but from a certain era too. You're not listening to new shit.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. So not hip hop of current, but hip hop of
90s, early 2000s.
90s, early 2K, hip hop, whatnot. But it started just like any of the genres I got into. It was just top 40 and mainstream shit, and then I fucked with it heavy at a certain time and point. But I think.
But you're a b-boy, no?
I was a b-boy. I'm a fat boy now. Before probably 2010 and up is when I kind of just stopped trying to keep up.
You used to wear the beanies with the brim?
Beanies. Oh yeah, of course, bro. You got served. Let's go, bro. Dude, I'll take it back even before. I'll take that even before that. Like we used to wear the visors upside down and to the side.
Man, yeah.
Oh man,
that was an era though. You got served era was definitely an era.
Yeah, that was
everyone started dancing and dressing like that. It's like when Fast and Furious came out. Everyone started getting the cars with neon lights and all that.
I know. I don't know shit about cars. Like I wanted a Fast and Furious car growing up, and then now I'm just like, man, good thing I didn't get into cars. That's another expensive thing to be into.
Yeah. Nah, I wouldn't get into cars. Depreciate in value.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Hip hop. Okay. You do events, hip hop events in Riverside.
Yes, we just got done. What was it? This last Sunday for What You Love event. Shout out to Feel Good Green. That is my homie. He is a OG b-boy and DJ, hailing from the legendary Squishy Docious crew, i.e. all day. Big ups to him because he linked me with the owner of Beer Farm, Nate, which led to meet the other owners as well, who are now my awesome clients. We honestly do this event it also plays into my personality, like a reason why I'm here and the coffee shops and gyms I go to. Like our initial intention was to help boost sales at Beer Farm. I love beer on top of it, which is fine. But then they give us a space at their business to still keep hip hop alive. That's why I say big ups to Feel Good Green. He's been keeping b-boying and hip hop like that raw. I think what you guys like to call that backpack hip hop.
Backpacker.
Yeah, keep that shit alive.
That term the other day, huh?
I didn't even know that till you told me in one of your haircut appointments. But he's been keeping that alive, and Beer Farm's been giving us the space to do that. So it's us old heads out there just having fun. This last Sunday was
I gotta go
our
to one of them.
our R&B one. You would have loved
I
that one.
know. I
That was
seen the
our that was
video.
our first like R&B
You
one.
invited me too. I just, I'm a bad supportive friend.
It's all good. Hey, I don't get to get you have a life schedule too. You don't get to go to
Or do
everything.
I?
You don't get to everything that your homies do.
Or can I?
Yeah, right.
Just choose not to,
But
maybe.
but like I said, it was initially to boost sales at Beer Farm, but it led to people booking our DJs, our DJ homie. It led to people booking my chair and whatnot, which is good.
Wait. So you got clients off the Beer Farm events?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So the people approached you because they obviously saw that you can host this.
Bro, they thought I was a DJ. I was like, no, I'm actually
You're the host, right?
Yeah, I'm like the MC hype man, dude.
It just validates my point I was saying earlier. You're a brand, kid. People, like, you're marketable. You know how to.
Thank you.
You know how to rock a mic or a crowd, or you can be a life of the party.
I hopefully I like to say that I'm just myself, and I naturally do it out of the genuineness of having a good time with people, whether we're surfing some waves or listening to R&B and drinking beer or whatever we're into, right?
Do you remember that conversation we had that one time on the chair where I told you that you're likable? You're a likable person.
I do remember vaguely.
And there's a day where I was telling you that, like, I'm not really liked by people, or like,
yeah.
I don't fake care.
People think you're mean.
I do rub people off the wrong way. I would say that, but
that's them.
But you're very approachable. The way you respond to people, bro, you're not sarcastic like that. You're not like rude, like, Manny knows. Sometimes Manny will say something, not just say something rude just because it's just the way I am, and it's for no reason, just because it's how I say things. And people don't like that sometimes. People like Manny can take it, so it's like, oh, Chris, it's just, yeah. And he can take the humor, he can take the roughness. But some people, it's like, I don't want to talk to this guy again. And you are like, hey, how you doing? Like, you go to fairs and win prizes and hand them out to people.
Oh,
like, that's nice shit, bro. That's what I mean. Like, you're likable. So
it is, but let me tell you, the satire, the sarcasm is there, but it won't pop off until I know that I developed like a relationship or some sort of friendship or a good acquaintance with someone, because I mean the homies I'm close with, we're roasting each other every day. Everyone's on the chopping block. We don't care, but like I'll say some like mild shit to someone like that I've known for a while. I'm like, hey Chris, how you doing? Like, oh man, the last week, yeah, whatever. And I'm just like,
no, but you say that because you know me. Like, you're not doing that to strangers. You're not doing that to just people that.
Oh no, I wouldn't. Because people deserve respect and whatnot. Until you give me a reason to not respect you or be courteous to you, then I'm like, all right, fuck off.
You don't have that resting face either. Like, you look approachable.
I don't know, man.
You look like a kid.
Dude, it was so awesome. Someone thought I was 20-something the other day at the event. I was like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Drop that shit, DJ.
Right.
So who you find the DJs for these nights, or how does it work?
Green does everything as far as booking the DJs and whatnot.
Trying to get my boy over there.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely talk to Green and
does it have to be a specific type of music or not?
We try to host. It's typically our backpack hip hop and whatnot, but if we can mix it in and bring the new stuff with the flavor.
Drake.
Oh no, we drop Drake every once in a while. Well, I'll get you in touch with Green and whatnot. He does most of the bookings.
Downtown Riverside at the Food Lab.
Yeah. We'll see how he feels about it and everything. Nate obviously provides like all the space and everything. I'm more in charge of like the social media promotions, and then I just say all the hype shit on
you bring the crowd.
Yeah, I just try to like keep the vibe good and everything. Green's mostly doing all hiring on the guest DJs and everything, and he's the one bringing on like all the equipment and everything. So
you don't have to pull up with anything; just pull up yourself. And
I just pull up with the vibe. That's it.
No, I'm saying the DJs have to pull up with the equipment, or the
like I don't know, because I don't know how the equipment works. I'll just like they'll have turntables and stuff there. Whether they're vinyl or controllers, I don't know the lingo, but he'll definitely tell you like what you need to pull up with. Usually, I want to say most DJs just pull up with their laptop and everything. But I mean, he'll definitely talk to you and be like, "What are your concerns? What do you need? Or this is what we have," and you guys will go from there. It's always different. We'll definitely have to get back to you on that. We try to do it once a month. There's been a couple months where we staggered because the thing is, Fox Theater has priority in that area, and because we're right there on the patio of the food lab. Yeah. But I think honestly for March, like we can't book any events, so. That's how far out they are.
It's typically once a month?
Typically once a month. And sometimes we throw it on like last minute, like I'm talking about like a week or 2 weeks out. We try not to. We try to do it like at least 3 to 4 weeks out or have a date in mind. And we'll check in with each other to make sure that like, hey, are you free? Because all of us have day jobs. So we literally do it
as most creatives.
Yeah, even Beer Farm, like all the owners, they all have their other jobs, but this is like their passion and what they're passionate about and whatnot. So
I mean, it could become a thing, bro.
yeah,
It can get. I know right now is the beginning stages. It's only been a few of them, but you can really grow it with the right people coming along too. You know, they get more people to promote too and everything. You can really get it to where it's a staple thing in Riverside.
yeah, possibly. But that's shout out to all the supporters and everyone that's come out to that because, like I said, the whole intent was just to boost sales at Beer Farm and help out our homie. And what started with just a few homies on the patio, just playing some tunes, ended up growing more and more and more. And then like, look, now our DJs are getting booked. I'm meeting new people in my chair now, and which is good. But that was the initial intent. The initial intent to boost sales at Beer Farm and just do what we love. We all love like our certain type of like hip hop and whatnot. So, but it's to help other guest DJs too. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
As it should be, especially for Riverside. So I'm all for it, man. Y'all bringing something to the
I'd love for you to be there because like the intent is just like you just want to showcase people that are from the Riv, i.e. I mean anybody really, but it's we're really passionate about like where we're from in our community and whatnot. So
and that's where I mess up. I don't want to make this about me, but I need to start being outside more in my city and being like, see, I need to go to those and meet people like you know, that are there, come on the pod type stuff, you know, like there's so many creators in the city that I just be so in my own little world where I always want to deal with the same people and I'm always getting the same results, so I'm doing it to myself.
yeah, no, I'm glad you're aware of that, but dude, like it's good. That's the beauty of like doing shit on your own and whatnot. Because I like to go to places and like learn shit about like other crafts and hobbies and like did by who, like who's that? You know, I don't need to be did by kid. Like I could just be Alan. You could just be Chris, and then they learn who you are and they vibe with you. Like, oh wait, you do podcasts? Oh, that's dope. Like I would love to go, and then and that's how you branch out and get different people from different
Chris
niches.
don't do
and whatnot.
pods. CHRISXMATT do pods.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Well, you know, they'll meet Alan or Chris, and then they'll meet CHRISXMATT, or they'll meet Did by Kid, or whatever.
They
Afterwards.
meet CHRISXMATT on the pod. I mean, I'm different on the pod though. So if they meet Chris in real life, they're probably gonna be surprised when they get on the pod because they're like, "Damn, this fool!" Like, he's like, they're gonna feel like I'm throwing shots and stuff. But it's like I'm just providing content. The conversation's gonna go a different way.
Yeah, but that's what makes your pod interesting, man. There's all kinds of things on here.
Does it, man? My pod got canceled.
Did it?
Yeah.
No way.
2020.
That's how you know you're doing it, bro. If cancel culture is coming after you, that's how you know you're doing it, bro. The only thing cancel I know is a canceled appointment. Man, miss me with that bullshit.
All right, so that's at Riverside, downtown Riverside, at the Food Labs every month as of now. You know, you have the date for the next one or no?
We don't have one currently right now, but we'll definitely blast it on the gram or I'll even text you personally.
Sale, fool.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I got a few more questions before we get out of here.
Yeah, no worries.
I want to get into traveling. Your favorite place that you've been to?
Favorite place I've been to? Probably Cabo, Mexico, as far. Because it's like the perfect marriage of Hawaii and the Philippines all booked into one spot.
Really?
Yeah, man. Cabo, Mexico is dope, bro. You get the island vibes, but it's still Hispanic and it's not as expensive as Hawaii. Bro, they have a skimboarding scene out there. Yeah, and then Squid Row down there. Just if you've been, you know, like
I've never been.
That's where the party's at. Yeah. When I party in Cabo, I'm just like, why the hell do I even bother trying to party in Vegas? I get way more bang for my buck, literally, down in Mexico. Oh man.
Okay. Way more bang for your buck. Yeah.
But that's just as of now because
like
I still.
Literally, huh?
let's not touch up on that anymore. But I still want to go to more spots in Asia. Definitely anywhere in Europe. I haven't been to Europe, so you know that's just as of current kid travels.
You prefer to travel alone or with a group?
With a group, but I would say it's 50-50 because traveling by yourself is fun too. That's how I did Hawaii. I did Hawaii by myself.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
How was that experience? Traveling by yourself to not a different country, but it is a whole different, you know.
Yeah, it's still America, but obviously the culture out there, it's like you think you're in another country, but I mean, being Filipino and Islander and all, like I guess it was easy because I looked like the people from there. I blended in and whatnot.
That's cool. You didn't get favored then? You got
a lot of people either defaulted gave me the local price or they would ask me, "Are you a local?" I'm like, "Yeah, brother."
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
You're like someone that would be in like Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yeah.
Or Moana.
Moana, definitely. I'm always going around everywhere and be like, "Chee-hoo." You're welcome. If I don't say I have a dad bod, I say I have a Maui bod.
how do you balance out traveling life with always taking care of your clients?
I just look at my calendar, and if I find time there, I'll just book it out. You guys are definitely number one priority. Obviously, you're my foundation, being behind the chair. As far as doing travels and everything, the beauty of working for yourself is like, I mean, yes, you work for your clients, but you don't have to wait on approval or, oh, I need to.
Yeah, I
If I
feel it.
see it in my books and it's not booked out, I said,
That's
y'all
fire.
better hurry up and book because I'm blocking all this shit out and your boy is out. Like, and that's it.
That's true. You do give a
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah, I try to. Like, there's your professionalism right there. Instead of like, fuck it, I'm out. Peace.
But I think, yeah, the last 3 years you did a lot of traveling. As far as always gonna be gone for this week, I'm gonna be gone
Yeah.
real quick. A lot of BRBs on Instagram.
BRB, be right back.
Yeah, for sure.
Most of my travels is like just small weekend getaways, like consist of like 3 to 4 days. Nothing crazy. Because if I took a full week, I could afford. 2 weeks is pushing it. 3 weeks is like that's a lot of money lost. So yeah.
Have you ever met any clients on vacation?
What do you mean?
I mean, I guess that's tricky, but I mean, do you ever meet people that ask you about what you do, and you get into a whole conversation
all the
about
time,
like,
and I hand
wow, I
out.
would have never thought you did that.
Yeah, I hand out my slaps and everything. Like, oh my god, is this you? It's so cute, or whatever. And like
your slaps.
yeah, man. Just if you follow my Snapchat, it's been on.
No,
I like the way
think
the
your
women.
logo is you.
Yeah, I like the way the women like advertise me. But no, like I talk to people. They ask me what I do, and a lot of them follow me on Instagram, even if they live in another country, another state, and they'll never sit in my chair. Like I keep in touch with some of them.
Hold on, how do women take you that? How do women take what you do? Like do they take it serious? Like the ones you try to pursue too?
What do you mean?
Like do they get like, oh hell yeah, this fool does hair, he can have me looking right or nah?
Yes and no.
Try to take advantage of you?
Oh, you mean like that? Like, I mean, maybe in my 20s.
You can be my hair bestie.
Yeah. No, like
sure.
you're throwing me off right now.
No, it probably happens all the time.
No, they take me very professional as far as like they know it's my career and they'll book an appointment and they're willing to pay and whatnot. But everyone just trying to get over and take advantage. That's that's a lot of.
What about throwing you a little something?
That's a little intoxication right there. And I'll tell you what. Right now, like you could definitely tip out with that, but you can't pay me with that.
Do the women?
That don't pay my bills.
Do the women pay you like they pay the weed man?
What do you mean? I don't be smoking weed like that. I never pay for weed.
Never mind.
Never mind. Totally loud. Right over my head. What are we talking about? Like on layaway or some shit, bro? I'm glad you guys are enjoying this.
No, it's all good.
No, like no women try to come at me like freaky deaky for services, basically. Like, and if they do, it's like I said, we're probably at a bar. It just turns up somewheres.
Yeah.
And I'll forget about it the next day.
I'll do your hair in the morning. Come over.
Yeah, right.
Hey man, you can't hate. You probably have a lot of pretty girls around you too for that reason.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely you have to like just like with all my clients, like you just have to separate friendship and business.
Do they look at it as feminine though?
Business and pleasure. I don't know. They can look at it however they want to look at it. Like it doesn't bother me. Like
facts.
That's why I am who I am. I'm comfortable in my own skin. If you assume I'm a certain way or whatever, that's on you. No hard feelings. Like
let me show you I'm not.
Yeah, But that's why I showcase most of my personality and whatnot. Just like, oh, so you thought? Well, I don't know. But yeah.
Okay. Missy, do you tend to plan for the future or do you just live your life a day by day basis?
I live my life like by goals and everything. Like if I have a financial goal or a fitness goal or whatever, I'll have to plant that in and I'll definitely execute. But like I said, as of these past few years, just been living it day by day and just flowing, trying to keep the mental right. But
so now that you see that we're not gonna die.
Yeah, definitely. I just took a.
You start planning again for the future?
Oh, of course. Shout out to Eugene Does Hair. He hosted a financial class, not just for like hairdressers and whatnot, but it was like just a generalized finance class. He held at his salon I went to, and then we ran some numbers and how interest works and credit and all that. And I'm just like, and how loans work. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking scary as fuck. Like,
Growing up is trash sometimes.
I need to calm down. Like,
Especially as a man, like there's certain things that you have to eventually start learning, like learning the game and learning like things like that, financial stuff, and it's just like, man, I just want to be a kid.
Oh
I
yeah,
want to smoke weed.
yeah. That's why I just hurry up, minimize your bills, pay them off, and then you can be a kid all you want. You know, but
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Okay. Any ambitions, aspirations that you have for the future? Do you see yourself owning a salon maybe one day or a shop one day? Maybe having your own team one day. Maybe you being the lavish beauty salon. How do you? What do you see for the future?
eventually one day I would, but right now I just want to kill it behind the chair and just stack my bread and just keep on saving because what saved me during the pandemic and the lockdown is the capital that I did save because I thought I was gonna open up my own salon. So when we all got shut down, that little nest that I saved was like my little backup.
The
Like, okay,
traveling bag.
yeah, I should have. I didn't really dabble into it too much, but I didn't really feed and deposit or feed back into it that much either. So right now it's just a whole lot of work and stacking because once you stack, then once the opportunities come, you'll be able to pull the trigger and do whatever you want to pursue afterwards. So I can come up with all these aspirations and goals right now, but like back to what we said, like don't look at money as evil. Like you need that shit. So when you're ready to upgrade your equipment or upgrade your space or get a new space, like you're ready to do that. So yeah, just a bunch of saving right now that I actually need to get to.
Family in your future or no?
If Mrs. Wright comes around, I don't know where she's at.
Are you like looking for that though or no?
Oh no, right now I'm just doing me, whatever. Everyone has a equal. All the females have an equal opportunity. It's definitely about the vibe. Obviously, physical attraction is a main factor as well, but it's definitely the vibe. And I always tell myself like, I bet you she's gonna be sitting in my chair or someone I know that had no like. It just went over my head. Like I'm like, you like me like that? Like, yeah, stupid. What do you think? Keep hanging around or keep booking your chair?
The one that pays you like the weed man.
Well, there you go.
The one that pays you like to pay the weed man.
Still not grasping that.
Oh man! If you do have family though, kids in your future, I mean, you see kid being a father to a kid.
Kid being a father to a kid, daddy kid.
Daddy kid
Daddy
is
kid.
wild. You gotta pause that.
Oh shit. Not opposed to having children, but not super rah-rah about having children either. It's a nice thought, because I think like I would fantasize of having like children that would be like mini me's, like, oh yeah, let's go dance and surf, whatever, but which isn't the case. And I think that's a lot of us like, everyone thinks that when they have kids or they have an idea how they want their kids to be or grow up to be, whatever. But that's totally like
I am.
They just
gotta be the way I want them to be.
Oh, you raise them the way you want to raise them, man. There you go.
Brainwash them the right way.
I mean,
I am just saying.
There you go.
We're brainwashed the wrong way our whole life, so that's why we're so toxic, right? So let's brainwash them the right way. So
you know what I like about you? You can hop in and out of the matrix, bro.
I was just telling man earlier today. I was like, man, you get to a point where like it is what it is. You just enjoy it. Like you don't get mad about it. You just, like it's nothing serious to me no more. Right. Like I'm really able to just differentiate like just everything, all the propaganda, all the media.
Be careful with the metaverse and all the AI and all that stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, this I like humor, bro. So let's make it funny.
Yeah, right.
Why I gotta be serious? Let's make it funny.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
That's how I look at it. All right. I want to ask you this, right? Because this came up about a week or two ago. And there was like a thing going around on social media, right? I don't know. Do you know who Jalen Rose is?
Oh, the Fab Five.
Yes.
Yeah. OG B-baller.
Did you see what he said recently?
No. You know me, dude. Everything I get comes from the chair, so unless someone brings it up to me.
Jalen Rose says that barbers should be charging minimum of $100. What are your thoughts on that?
Every barber should charge what they feel they're worth. And if you're not charging what you feel you're worth, then you got to raise your price. I know a lot of people, I don't even explain myself that much anymore. I used to, but now it's just, I'll say it again for the sake of it. Like the way my prices go up is based off of my demand, my supplies, my rent, a variety of multiple amount of things. But If I'm not spending time with my family or going to the gym or having time for myself to go travel or whatever, obviously, and I'm always booked, that obviously you guys can all afford me at this price. So that's why it will go up. Now, as far as all barbers should charge $100, like, I
Well, he's
mean,
saying that they should, for a quality haircut, it should be $100. If you want a not a quality haircut, then you're gonna pay $35.
well, man, this is a tough one. Like, yeah, sure. All of us charge. I mean, I do charge 100. I charge 100 after hours and private appointments and whatnot. If it's a house call to travel, I tell them depending where you're at, it's double my rate plus mileage. So that again, that coincides with charging what you're worth. But in general, should all barbers charge $100? I'm like, if it's quality, sure, why not? But
Yeah, not all barbers. You gotta be
yeah,
good.
yeah, for sure. Because it's and there's a point where it's not only just like the technical ability of it. It's like how much is Chris's time worth? Like how much is your time worth? You know, that's where it boils down to.
Yeah.
Because now it's about convenience too.
Yep.
You know, service over status, bro. So I mean,
But then it's Jalen Rose, bro. So like
yeah.
it's someone that has millions of dollars, right?
Okay,
so
yeah, because he's
$100 is
yeah.
not nothing to you.
That's nothing to him. That's a celebrity, right?
But imagine if even the people in the hood are charging $100. Like, who's really gonna have a haircut?
Exactly. So my thing is like to anyone out there, like I'll just say I'll leave you with this. What's $100 to you feel like $1,000,000? You know, so I'll just leave it at that.
That's a good way to sell it.
Right.
And I think we can end it there. That's good. Any last words?
This is Did by Kid, Alan Kid Cam. Do what you love, be good to people, and just, you know the vibes.
Where can they find you at?
At Did by Kid _ in between there on Instagram. Just we'll keep it there on Instagram.
Yes, sir. And yeah, that concludes another episode of Open Dialogue. Shout out to Did by Kid. Again, Open Dialogue is for them, not me. If you want more of me, you tap into Sar No Lo Siento, you tap into OB Pod, you tap into other things I got going on. So yeah, thank you, kid. I appreciate you, man. We out of here. OB Network.
Peace.
OB.